Hey there, this is Craig with Let's Start Talking, and this is a brief tutorial about using your project record journal or the stats sheet via Smartsheet. You probably received an email from somebody at Let's Start Talking with a link to your project record journal on Smartsheet. If you haven't made a free account yet, you can do that with Smartsheet, and then it should take you to an area where you can see the documents that are available to your team. You won't see a list like this. This is an administrative view. You should just see your team and any of the documents we've made available to you. So let me open the project record journal or the stats sheet and just make sure you know how it works. So over here on this side of the worksheet, you've got a totals area, and that's just being done for you. The math is being done in these columns. There's nothing you need to do. In fact, for this entire sheet, the only place you need to enter information is where you see light blue squares. So anywhere that there are light blue squares, that's where you'll fill in information. Otherwise, you don't need to enter information, and actually we don't want you to enter information anywhere else except in these light blue areas. So again, at the top here, this is your totals area, and as you go through your project, these numbers will be growing and increasing. So you'll want to enter your names here of your team. If just however many team members you've got, enter their names, and then you notice it starts to fill in your names as you go across the sheet here. So that's why that is there. Again, don't enter information in the dark blue areas, just light blue areas. Place for you to add information about your parties, workers, readers, and church members, and it'll total it for you. And then down here, this is important because this is how your worksheet's going to calculate the number of readers that you had coming throughout the whole project. So every reader that your team has, just make sure you put in their name and who was working with them. And it will start to add that into your total readers here. So anybody you read with once, go ahead and put them down in this list, and that's how we will know the total number of readers that you had. Okay, the rest of this is just very, very simple. Every day at the end of the day, whoever's handling this, just go in and say, hey Craig, how many hours did you read with readers today? 5. Did you have any drops? No, didn't have any. Any no-shows? I had 1. Leslie, how many hours did you read today? 6. No drops, no no-shows. Okay, that's all you got to do every day, either at the end of that day or beginning next day. Just go in here and add the total up. And so you can see how this works. You've got week 1, week 2, week 3. So however long your project is, that's how many weeks you're going to be entering data in. And if your project didn't start on a Sunday, if your readers first came on Wednesday, then that's where you'll start entering readers for this week 1 on Wednesday. Enter it in here, and Wednesday, Thursday, and you just follow it down there, Friday, Saturday, and it's giving you a little weekly total in case that's helpful to you there. And then for week 2, then you just come back over to week 2 and start again there. As you enter information in those areas, then it will start to calculate them into here. And then also, and this is kind of nice, it takes each individual worker and starts to show how many total hours they've had and drops and no-shows. And that can be helpful to a team as you go along through a project. Okay, pretty easy. So all you got to do to begin with is enter your team member names there. When you have parties, you'll enter it here. As you get readers, every time you meet with them, anybody you meet with once, go ahead and put their name in here. And that's how it will calculate the total readers. And then for the rest of it, you're just entering in the blue squares on the right day and on the right week, and it's doing all the math for you over here. When you are done, if you will go ahead and enter done right there, that will notify us when we look at this online that you're done with it, and we can download it and start to use those numbers in our reports. We hope this is easy to use on any platform, especially mobile platforms. Smartsheet has apps for a number of different devices and on a number of different platforms, so you might check that out. Our goal here is just to make it easier for you to manage your project, to take care of your readers, and to do it on any device that you're wanting to do. So make sure you're giving us feedback on how well this works or how well it doesn't work for you. All right, contact us with additional questions. Thanks a bunch.